While rain and storms are hitting some areas of the U.S., it's scorching hot temperatures in others. Also, there's a growing concern about these extreme heat waves and a public that tends to underestimate the danger. Senior National Affairs correspondent Heather Sells reports on what scientists are learning about the heat, its impact on the body, and public messaging.
It's noon in Las Vegas, well above 100 degrees, and a long line is forming outside this Salvation Army canteen. Workers are handing out cold drinks and a sandwich right next to a city cooling shelter. It's open for women and men who live on the streets.
When you think of somebody that has to live out on the heat every day and sleep out on the heat, that is so dangerous.
Juan Salinas is concerned.
They're tired, they're just exhausted, right?
And rightly so.
Within this last week, we've had about 5 deaths. 2 of them were found in a car.
More than 100 people die in Las Vegas each year from heat-related causes. Nationwide, the number tops 700, making extreme heat the deadliest weather in the U.S. Part of the problem, the urban landscape.
Cities like Las Vegas are more vulnerable to extreme heat, and for good reason. Pavement and buildings absorb and retain heat more than natural land, creating what's known as urban heat islands.
We're putting more pavement, black pavement, more buildings, stone, concrete, thermal mass that can not only absorb heat and then let it out over the night, keeps the average temperature higher, but can also reflect sunlight onto other areas as well.
That can push temperatures up by as much as 7 degrees in cities compared to outlying areas.
Most of the people is aware that, for example, hurricanes or big thunderstorm.
Dr. Eric Mandala says the public tends to downplay the dangers of extreme heat compared to other weather events. His research on heat in Las Vegas highlights those most at risk.
What we found was that elderly is probably the most vulnerable group.
Specifically, adults over 50 with pre-existing heart disease. Other groups include young people abusing alcohol or drugs, the homeless, and those who work outdoors. The good news, heat-related illness and death is preventable. The keys are limiting time spent outside when temperatures are spiking and carefully hydrating.
It's not just a question of drinking a lot of water, but drinking electrolytes.
Another tool to help city dwellers fight the summer heat, urban forestry, which promotes more trees to cool cities and keep people safe. Reporting in Las Vegas, Heather Sells, CBN News.